Listen, feel the space between your breaths where possibility lives. Here, a simple truth waits. Balance is the new beautiful. Let that line settle in like sunlight on your skin. It is not a rule to follow, but an invitation, gentle, bold, and quietly radical. When you hear those words now, let them be a permission slip to rearrange what matters. Feel how empowering it is to choose steadiness over hustle, presence over performance, and aligned priorities over perfection. This idea is not about equal halves on a scale. It's about shaping a life that reflects who you are and who you are becoming, and it begins with noticing. Breathe with me, and we'll step inward to see what that noticing reveals. You have been taught to admire extremes, grit without pause, progress without rest. What if beauty lived in rhythm instead? Imagine your days like a song, notes of work, rest, joy, and care weaving together. When you accept that balance counts as beauty, you reclaim agency. You stop apologizing for choosing sleep, for saying no, for tending relationships, or your inner life. This is strength in soft form, a courage that looks like tending rather than conquering. It invites you into a community of people who are quietly redefining success. Stay with this feeling as we trace how balance shapes the stories we live. In the morning light of that new permission, small acts become declarations. A cup of tea taken slowly, a walk that has no agenda, a truth spoken with kindness, these are not negligible. Each is a stitch in a garment of balance you are learning to wear. You are allowed to be both ambitious and tender. You are allowed to build and to breathe. This is the origin of a life where beauty is not a trophy, but a practice. Keep the warmth of that thought. Soon it will ask you to step deeper into story and struggle, where balance shows its lasting power. Think of someone you admire. Maybe they are loud, maybe they are quietly steady. What do the steady ones possess? Roots. They have a rhythm that holds them through storms. Balance is not an absence of chaos. It is a way of standing that lets you bend without breaking. When you choose balance, you're choosing a form of resistance to the culture that equates busyness with worth. You become part of a lineage, people who prize inner alignment over external applause. Hear this as a balm. Your pace is valid. Your boundaries are sacred, and let the story of your steadiness begin to unfold. Balance asks for attention in unexpected ways. It asks you to prune habits that steal your light and to water practices that help you grow. It means investing your energy where it resonates and letting go where it drains you. This is not selfish, it is sustainable. Imagine your life as a garden. Some plants need sunlight, others need shade. You make space for what thrives. This is how communities thrive too, through honest tending, mutual care, and shared choices about what to cultivate together. Let this idea settle in your bones as we move toward the heart of the matter. Boundaries are not walls. They are frames that hold where your heart wants to go. Saying no can sound small until you feel the freedom that arrives when you can finally say yes to what lights you up. Balance transforms the noisy shoulds into choices that reflect your values. Your courage is not measured by how much you do, but by how well you choose. Hold this courage with tenderness. This is the steady flame that will carry you to the higher ground of purpose and presence. There is a moment when practice becomes transformation. You will know it not by a single victory, but by a subtle shift. You notice joy more often, you recover more quickly, you choose presence over panic. That turning point is not sudden, it's the accumulation of tiny choices. Each time you choose balance, you train your nervous system to breathe through challenge. you begin to meet hardship with a steadier heart. In that steadiness, you find clarity, and in clarity, you find the courage to act from a place of aligned purpose. Hold this steady breath as we build toward the peak feeling of what balance can become. Listen to the stories around you: friends balancing work and family, artists tending their craft alongside life, neighbors banding together to lift one another. These are not solitary triumphs, but communal songs of resilience. When you share your struggles and your small wins, you invite others to do the same. Your balance becomes contagious, not in the sense of perfection, but as permission to be whole. The more we tell these stories, the more the idea that balance is beautiful becomes a shared truth. Keep this chorus in your ears as we rise toward an intentional, stirring peak. At the summit, you realize beauty feels different when it is balanced. It is not blinding brightness or relentless achievement. It is a luminous calm that comes from integration. You see how your work, rest, relationships, and dreams fit together like a mosaic. This view rewards patience. You are stronger for having learned how to pause, listen, and choose. Let this awareness fill your chest, a steady, warm conviction. We are almost at the pulse of what balance truly gifts the heart. Stand with me in this field. Feel the air and the company of those who choose gentleness as power. Balance is not a static finish line. It is a way of being that keeps renewing itself as life changes. When you prioritize alignment, your beauty radiates differently, from a place of dignity and ease. It lifts others because it normalizes the idea that we can be both ambitious and humane. This radiance is contagious and calming, and it changes how we measure success and worth. Hold this light as we move to the most vivid expression of our shared message. This moment is an open invitation. Bring your imperfect, beautiful life into the circle. Your story matters. When you speak about your choices, your pauses, your lines in the sand, you give someone else permission. Community grows when we exchange honest truths, when we trade hustle for harmony and competition for companionship. Imagine a world where our feeds celebrate rest as much as output, where workplaces honor rhythms, and where every person is allowed to be whole. That world begins with each of us choosing balance as beautiful and saying it aloud. Keep this vision close. It will guide our soft landing. Balance is the new beautiful because it frees you to be whole, brave, and kind. The life lesson here is simple and profound. Choose alignment over perfection, presence over panic, and shared care over solitary striving. In doing so, you become part of a movement that redefines beauty as resilience, rest, and real connection. If this message moved you, bring it into your daily choices and into your community. Subscribe to our channel for more gentle awakenings. Share this video with someone who needs permission, and comment below with what balance means to you. Your insight may be the spark someone else needs. Together we make balance not just personal, but cultural, and in that, we find a new, enduring beautiful.